Hey there, it's Brooke. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about some of the laws in China that affect the teachers at my school. I teach at an international school in Shandong province in China. It's like the northeast. And because we are an international school, it's sometimes a little tricky with laws and things. Especially because a lot of times laws change very quickly here in China, and it might not get passed down, like the information might not get passed down very quickly to like foreign people. So we have to really be on top of it. The first area that really affects us is work visa, and these laws changed so many times over the past few years, to where some people had to completely start their visa process over because like the requirements had changed so much. And just so you know, you have to have a work visa just like everywhere else. If you are employed and getting paid while you're on a tourist visa or a student visa, you're doing illegal things, and if you're found out, you're going to get deported. So we have to be really careful about that and make sure that everybody's on the correct visa and that our visas stay up to date and that nobody overstays visa, because you can get deported for that too. But the specific law that I wanted to talk about that affects us is a law called the Compulsory Education Law. And this law was put into effect in 1986. And what it says is that students, Chinese students, so national kids who are born here, are required to go to school between grades 1 and 9. And there has to be a public education option open for them. This was updated in 2006 to say that waivers can be given for tuition and like textbooks, so mandatory education is free. So you might be wondering, well, if you're an international school, how does that affect you? What this says is that, number one, national students, Chinese students, cannot go to a for-profit private school. They can't. They're not allowed to go. This is actually the most recent update to this law. It happened in 2017. There's been a big push towards national curriculum and like nationalistic things, which is fine. I mean, China's a great place, and students who live here, students who are born here, should know about their history and know about their country. But what that means for us is that because we are a for-profit private school, we cannot teach Chinese students. Chinese students are not allowed to come to our school. And what that means is that sometimes we have to turn people away, because there are Chinese people who want their kids to come to our school and be able to learn English, but we can't do that. If we did want to be able to do that, number one, we would have to be a non-for-profit school. We couldn't accept money. And number two, we would have to be able to prepare the students for 2 tests in China, which is the Zhongkao and the Gaokao. The Zhongkao is getting from middle school into high school, like the test that you have to do to be placed into high school. And then the Gaokao is the test that places you into college, basically like which college do you get to go to based on your score. If we were to have Chinese students, we would have to be able to prepare them for these tests, which means that we could no longer teach American curriculum as we do, but we would have to teach national curriculum. I don't think that this is the future for my school. We're pretty set on being an American curriculum school and an international school that serves expatriate kids. But yeah, that's just some of the ways that law affects us. Really, we just have to be aware and constantly be updating ourselves and making sure that we're following standards with buses, with curriculum, with codes, with how safe the building is, that kind of thing, because we do respect this country, and we want to comply with the rules, and we want to be able to show our respect for the government and for the country by being legal and by following the rules to the best of our ability. So yeah, that's just a little look into Chinese law and how it affects international schools here.